ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत बाहवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ करोति अचलं पङ्गुपङ्गेति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनदयाळं परमं। Hare Krishna Madhis. I think we have to start from text 5. Am I
Yes,
right?
Mataji. Yes, 5 to 10.
Okay. So, okay, who is going to repeat this verse? 1.4.5. Anyone here?
Translation, Mataji. Translation.
No, the sloka as well as the translation part.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam Smadji. Yeah.
Drashtvānuyantam japa. Mataji, please in Sanskrit only.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, yes. Drashtvānuyantam rushim atmajamapyanagnam devyo hiya paridarthuna sutasya chitram vadikshya pruchati munau jagadu stavasti tripum bhija natu sutasya vivakta drashtaihi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While Sri Vyasadeva was following his son, beautiful young damsels who were bathing naked covered their bodies with clothes. Although Sri Vyasadeva himself was not naked, but they had not done so when his son had passed. The sage inquired about this, and the young ladies replied that his son was purified, and when looking at him, made no distinction between male and female, but the sage made such distinctions. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Could you continue with the purport?
Yes. May I?
Please. Yes, Mataji, please.
Okay. Hare Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita 5.18, it is said that a learned sage looks equally on a learned and gentle Brahmana, a Chandala dog eater, a dog or a cow due to his spiritual vision. Sri Shukdev Goswami attained that stage. Thus, he did not see a male or female. He saw all living entities in different dress. The ladies who were bathing could understand the mind of a man simply by studying his demeanor, just as by looking at a child, one can understand how innocent he is. Shukdev Goswami was a young boy, 16 years old, and therefore all the parts of the body were developed. He was naked also, and so were the ladies. But because Shukdev Goswami was transcendental to sex relation, he appeared very innocent. The ladies, by their special qualification, could sense this at once, and therefore they were not very concerned about him. But when his father passed, the ladies quickly dressed the ladies very exactly like his children or grandchildren. Yet they reacted to the presence of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva, according to the social custom, because Sri Vyasadeva played the part of householder. A householder has to distinguish between a male and female. Otherwise, he cannot be a householder. One should therefore attempt to know the distinction between body, distinction between body and the soul, without any attachment for male and female. As long as such distinction is there, one should not try to become a sannyasi like Shukdev
Sukadeva
Goswami.
Goswami.
At least, yes, Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji, continue. Sukadeva Goswami.
Okay. At least theoretically, one must be convinced that a living entity is neither male or female. The outward dress is made of matter by material nature to attract the opposite sex and thus keep one entangled in material existence. A liberated soul is above these perverted distinctions. He does not distinguish between one living being and another. For him, they are all one and the same spirit. The perfection of this spiritual vision is the liberated stage. And Sri Shukdev Goswami attained that stage. And Sri Vyasadeva was also in the transcendental stage. But because he was in the householder's life, he did not pretend to be a liberated soul as a matter of custom. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So actually, now we are in the section of the meeting between Suta Goswami and Saunaka Rishi. The Saunaka Rishi is asking Suta Goswami a lot of questions about Parikshit Maharaj. Okay, so what happened? How actually Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj met? And once they met, immediately how he identified the Parikshit Maharaj, how he immediately identified Sukadeva Goswami was a suitable person to actually guide him. So this is nicely explained. So once Sukadeva Goswami was born, he actually came out at the age of 16 from her mother's womb. Okay, why he didn't come out? Here it is mentioned that he was a liberated person from his birth itself. So because of that, he doesn't want to involve in the material engagements. The same thing applied to one of the Kumaras of Brahmaji. Hope you all remembered. Who are they? They also stated the same reason that they want to actually entangle themselves in the material activities. They want to actually seclude themselves.
Four Kumaras.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Kumaras.
Yeah, the four Kumaras. So those who are actually liberated persons, even though they are taking birth in this material world, from their activities, they shown that they are actually not belongs to this material world, even though they are living in this material world. So Sukadeva Goswami is also in that category. So once he has actually in the womb of his mother, he understood the situation of the material world, Dukhalayam Asashvatam. And the material energy is so powerful, so he doesn't want to actually entangle or mingle with the material energy. So he was actually waiting to get a boon from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because his mother was suffering, and Vyasadeva was actually requesting the Lord, please actually guide my child Sukadeva Goswami. He is not actually ready to come out to this material world. Then the Lord actually given a guarantee that even though he is actually coming out in this material world, he won't be mingled with the material. He won't be affected by the material energy. So by that boon, he actually finally came out, and once he came out, he immediately actually left the home. He doesn't want to actually mix up with the relationship, the bodily relationship. And why Vyasadeva is also actually the elevated person. He is not an ordinary person. He is also an elevated person, but he actually followed his son. Okay, when he actually left the home, he is also following his son. And the reason for his following is, he doesn't want to claim that he is my son, but he wants to do his duty. He has certain responsibility as a grahastha. So for that purpose, he actually followed his son. But when they were actually crossing the river, that time, few ladies are actually taking bath in the riverbed. And when the Sukadeva Goswami was crossing that area, they didn't actually give much response to him. They didn't cover their body. But when Vyasadeva was actually crossing that place, they immediately tried to cover themselves. So Vyasadeva was actually asking them, because Sukadeva Goswami was a young person. He was only 16 years old. And he is also actually, he doesn't wear any dress. He is actually looked naked, and his head is also looking similar. So they are actually taking both. So the social custom is, whenever they are seeing any person, they should actually cover their body. That is a social custom. We should not expose our body to the public. But nowadays, see, the Prabhupada mentioned here that is a social custom to cover our body. But nowadays, showing body is a fashion. So the social custom should be maintained. So that ladies actually, they maintained. And when actually Vyasadeva actually questioned about this, the ladies responded that because he is a grahastha, so he know the discrimination, the difference between the male and the female body. So they don't want to actually expose him. That's why they actually didn't actually expose fully to the Vyasadeva. But Sukadeva Goswami was so innocent, and from his activity, or from simply by seeing him, the ladies could understand that he's actually innocent person. So they didn't actually so much response to cover their body or the social custom. So the other thing is the elevated person, the difference between, so the age is not a matter. From this paragraph, it is clear that the age is not a matter. So which one actually makes the difference means the understanding, the inner consciousness. Okay, here the inner consciousness or mood of Sukadeva Goswami is totally different. He, see, the example given in the purport is, the first one is from the verse Bhagavad Gita 5.18, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Suni Chaiva Swapakesha Pandidaga Samadarshinaga. The learned person or one who is advanced in spiritual life, they will see the presence of soul, the presence of Paramatma in every living entity, not only human, in all living entity, the dog eater, the elephant, in everything, they will see only the presence of the super soul, the Paramatma. So they will give actually equally, they will treat equally to all the living entities. So Sukadeva Goswami was in that level. Okay, so that observance is different. What they are seeing, that observance is different. So he will see only the inner presence of Paramatma in every living entity, Sukadeva Goswami. But as a householder, Vyasadeva should discriminate between the outside body. Okay, based on the outside body, he should actually discriminate between the male and the female. So that's why that is the main difference. So here, the observance of the conditioned soul and the liberated soul is given. The liberated soul only see the presence of the spirit soul, whereas the conditioned living entity will see only the outside body. Based on the outside body, they will discriminate the persons. Okay, so we'll move on to the next verse. 1.4.6.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Mataji,
Yes.
please, I request all the devotees who are want to recite their slokas and reading this, please raise their hands. It is easy for us to call them.
Yeah.
Yes, please, Mataji, you then go ahead. So Archana Mataji will recite the sloka, one will translation, and Divya Desai will purport like this. Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Katam alakshita paurai samprapta guru jangalan unmata muka jadavat vicharan gaja sahvaye. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Could you continue with the translation and purport, Mataji? Archana Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. How was he, Srila Sukadeva, the son of Vyasa, recognized by the citizens when he entered the city of Hastinapura, now Delhi, after wandering in the provinces of Kuru and Jangala, appearing like a Manmadan, dumb, and retarded. Madman, sorry, madman, dumb and retarded. Hare Krishna Mataji. I think Divya Desa Mataji want to read purport. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The present city of Delhi was formerly known as Hastinapura because it was established by King Hasti. Goswami Sukadeva, after leaving his paternal home, was roaming like a madman, and therefore it was very difficult for the citizens to recognize him in his exalted position. A sage is not therefore recognized by sight, but by hearing. One should approach a sadhu or great sage not to see but to hear him. If one is not prepared to hear the words of a sadhu, there is no profit. Sukadev Goswami was a sadhu who could speak on the transcendental activities of the Lord. He did not satisfy the whims of ordinary citizens. He was recognized when he spoke on the subject of Bhagavatam, and he never attempted jugglery like a magician. Outwardly, he appeared to be a retarded dumb madman, but in fact, he was the most elevated transcendental personality. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Marji. Thank you so much. So actually, once he left home, he was traveling to different places, and he is entering to Hastinapur. Hastinapur, why the name Hastinapur is given, because it was ruled by Hasti, the king. Okay, so that way the place got the name Hastinapur. And immediately Parikshit Maharaj could understood the position of Sukadeva Goswami. So how can we identify the sadhu? So generally, the people will identify the sadhu. Nowadays, maybe the observance may be different, but generally, how can we identify the sadhu? If he is very truthful. Yeah, Giridhar Prabhu, you want to say something?
Maybe for reading, Mataji.
Okay, fine.
Yes, Mataji, for reading, I raised my hand, Mataji. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. So generally, the people will consider one person as a great personality or something. The first thing is by his dress, generally by his dress. Okay, if they are wearing saffron dress, immediately they will consider that, okay, he is sannyasi, so he is such an elevated person. So the outside dress, I'm talking about nowadays observance. And the other thing is those who are actually watching him or associating with him regularly by his quality. Means if he should be very truthful. If they really, those who are actually really seeking spiritual advancement, they will see all these things. The outside dress is a secondary, but the qualities are important. Okay. The first one is he should be non-violent. Non-violent in the sense he should be kind or merciful to every living entity. That is the first thing, the first quality. And the second should be truthfulness, straightforward. Okay, they should not be any diplomacy. Okay, means whatever they are doing, they have to say the same thing. Whatever they are saying, they have to follow those things. That is straightforwardness. That is a righteous character of an elevated person. And the next thing is they should actually ready to sacrifice their facility to serve others, to help others. Okay, that should be the mood, the welfare of all. Here the assembled sages, they are actually, why they assembled here? They are planning to perform a great yajna for the welfare of others, for the welfare of the people in the whole world. So that is the mood of the transcendentalist or elevated persons, those who are actually seeking spiritual consciousness. So this is the another character. They are sacrifice anything, everything for the welfare of others. Then whatever they speak, simply by dressing, we cannot actually identify this person belongs to, with this person is very elevated persons. By their speech, that is very important. Whatever they speak, they will speak from the Shastras. They have this clear spiritual understanding. So these are the general qualities of a spiritually elevated person. Okay. So the people, those who are actually seeking real spiritual consciousness, they will actually find out these qualities from the elevated person, and they will agree that person as a spiritual master. So, the next thing is they should actually ready to sacrifice their facility to serve others. Okay, that should be the mood, the welfare of all. Here the assembled sages, they are actually planning to perform a great yajna for the welfare of others. So that is the mood, the welfare of all. So it is very difficult for the citizens to recognize him in his exalted position. But here, Sukadeva Goswami was roaming like a madman. Okay, he doesn't wear any dress at all, and he behaves like a madman. Means immediately we can identify that because his behavior is not in the elevated level, so he is not responding to the people around him, so he is behaving like a madman. But the common citizens cannot identify, because they will actually find out the spiritually elevated person by these qualities. Whatever I listed out, by those qualities only they will see. So they can't actually understood the position of Sukadeva Goswami. But Parikshit Maharaj, he is not a normal person. Okay, so that's why once he actually saw Sukadeva Goswami, immediately he identified he is the right person to get guidance. So that is another thing. One should approach a sadhu or great sage not to see by his outward dress, that is important, but to hear him. He should hear him, because in the bank of river Ganga, he actually, a lot of saintly people were assembled in the riverbed. Okay, and he is actually getting guidance from each, and he asked everybody what is the duty of the person who is going to leave the body. So that was the question asked by Parikshit Maharaj, and everybody is actually giving answer according to their ability. And here Sukadeva Goswami actually recommend him. What he recommended, what he suggested, can anyone say what was the suggestion given by Sukadeva Goswami for Parikshit Maharaj questions?
To listen Srimad Bhagavatam Mataji.
Yeah.
Krishna Kada.
Yes, to hear about the Lord, Shravanam. So by his answer, he immediately understood that that is the right answer. He immediately agreed, and he is ready to hear from Sukadeva Goswami. So that is important. One should actually conclude by the words of the personality, not by outside dress. Okay, whatever he speaks should actually speak from the Shastras. If one is not prepared to hear the words of his sadhu, there is no profit. Many people, the gentle, this thing is, oh, the great personality has come, so we should get at least darshan of that personality. Simply by actually getting darshan, that itself is enough. That itself is a real blessing. Some people will think like that. And some people, whatever they want to give, they will actually give Lakshmi or donation to that person. They won't ask these questions. Means they won't actually ask for really the spiritual advancement. So they will simply give the money or Lakshmi or whatever they want to donate. They will actually give that, and they will introduce themselves nicely, and they will leave the place. This is what happening mainly. But what we have to do, that is given in this paragraph. We should actually hear from that personality. That is important. Okay, whenever we are actually getting chance, whenever we are actually get a chance to actually meet any personality, we should actually hear his words, because his words are actually from Shastras. So it will actually help us to advance in our life. So we should hear from that personality. That is important. Yeah, the donation and whatever we are actually, the simple association is, yeah, that is a real blessing. We can't say that nothing lost in that. But this is the main thing. We should actually hear from the personality. Okay. And he did not satisfy, sorry, where we are. Okay, he did not satisfy the whims of ordinary citizens. Means they won't actually ask any material benefit, and he is not ready to give that material benefit also, because his mood is always transcendental. He was recognized when he spoke on the subject of Bhagavatam. So that type of person will be recognized only by his speech only. So we should actually utilize this real blessing. Okay, so that is given. Simply by appearance is not enough. We have to hear from the personality. Okay, so let us move on to the next verse. Yeah, Prabhu, could you continue?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Deval Mataji, please read Mataji.
Yeah,
What?
thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Katham va pandave
Pandaveyasya Rajarsher Munina Saha so Hare Krishna, sorry. Samvada Samabhut Tata Tata Yatraisha Satvati Shrutihi. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. How did it so happen that King Parikshit met this great sage, making it possible for this great transcendental essence of the Vedas, Bhagavatam, to be sung to him? Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is stated here as the essence of the Vedas. It is not an imaginary story, as it is sometimes considered by unauthorized men. It is also called Shuka Samhita, or the Vedic hymn spoken by Sri Shukadev Goswami, the great and liberated sage. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So here Saunaka Rishi is asking to Suta Goswami, how did it so happen? Because once Parikshit Maharaj heard that he got the curse from Shrinki and he is going to die within 7 days, immediately he renounced everything. He handed over all his properties to the persons, assigned persons, and he immediately came to the Ganga, the river Ganga bed. No, so but when he was actually questioning, and after everybody also, the saintly people and other personalities, when they heard about the curse of this Shrinki, they also actually want to meet Parikshit Maharaj. They also want to see what is he going to do, because he is not a normal person. So they want to actually see and witness how he is going to leave his body. So everybody is actually around him, around Parikshit Maharaj. And immediately to that arena, Sukadeva Goswami came. And when he came, he immediately identified, and he also ready to hear from Sukadeva Goswami. So here Saunaka Rishi is asking, how did it so happen that King Parikshit met this great sage? So this is actually the blessing of the Lord. This is the arrangement of the Lord. If we have a strong desire to advance in spiritual life, automatically the God will send the right person to us. Ye yatha mam prapatyante tamstadeva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvataha. So the Lord, according to our level of surrender, he will actually ready to guide us. He will guide us directly or through his representative. Here, Sukadeva Goswami is a representative of the Lord. So by his mercy, Parikshit Maharaj got the opportunity to hear from Sukadeva Goswami. And by both of their association, we also blessed and got this Srimad Bhagavatam, the transcendental literature. And this is also known as Sukha Samhita. Okay, because it came out from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami. So let us move on to the next verse.
Giridhar Gopal Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
please, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mata.
Please,
Yeah.
sloka and
Thank you,
translation.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sa godohana matram hi griheshu grihamedinam avekshate mahabhagas tirthi kurvam stad ashramam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. He, Sukadev Goswami, was accustomed to stay at the door of a householder only long enough for a cow to be milked, and he did this just to sanctify the residence. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, could you continue?
Subbarao Prabhuji, please read purport.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
Pranams, Prabhu.
Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki. Sukadeva Goswami met Emperor Parikshit and explained the text of Srimad Bhagavatam. He was not accustomed to stay at any householder's residence for more than half an hour at the time of milking the cow, and he would just take alms from the fortunate householder. That was to sanctify the residence by his auspicious presence. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami is an ideal preacher established in the transcendental position. From his activities, those who are dedicated to the mission of preaching the message of Godhead should learn that they have no business with householders save and except to enlighten them in transcendental knowledge. Such asking for alms from the householder should be for the purpose of sanctifying his home. One who is in the renounced order of life should not be allured by the glamour of the householders, worldly possessions, and thus become subservient to worldly men. For one who is in renounced order of life, this is much more dangerous than drinking poison and committing suicide. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, Sukadeva Goswami lead a life how the renounced person, one who is in the elevated position, should behave. So he won't actually stand or actually getting alms in front of the house, not more than milking a cow. So, and that also he actually do for the purpose of to sanctify that person, to sanctify that place. So the person, when we are actually getting association with these type of persons, the pure soul, then automatically that simple lava matra sadhu sanga sange sarva siddhi hoyi, lava matra sadhu sanga sadhu sanga sarva shastra hoyi, lava matra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hoyi. So actually by getting association of pure souls, even if it is a minute, that itself is actually give lot of benefits to the associator, those who are actually associating. So he wants to actually give his association to the grahasthas, because the grahasthas are actually have lot of commitments or lot of things in their mind, that lot of responsibilities they have. So they will actually go and work, they will earn some money, and they have to maintain their family members. So their commitments are there, so they may not have this spiritual thirst, or they won't give priority to the spiritual message. So in order to actually enlighten them, the people, those who are in the higher order, the renounced order, they will go to house by house, and they will get they will actually beg alms. So this is for their purification, not for these transcendentalists. And what they have to do when they are actually going and getting these alms, they should utilize that thing for the purpose of transcendental service, in the service of the Lord. Okay, when they are actually visiting other houses, they should not actually see the householders' comforts and facility, and they should not be get attracted by those comforts. So the mood should be like this, the mood of the renounced person, or the character and activities of the renounced person is given. The ideal preacher established in the transcendental position should actually behave like this. The qualities of the renounced person is given, and those who really actually looking for the spiritual advancement, they also try to behave like this. Especially in this Damodar month, the people will visit different places. In our country, in the Middle East, we have this. I don't know, in other countries also, they may actually visit to different houses, and they want to spread the message of the Lord, and they will do Damodar Puja. When we are actually going to other places, they may have, or they may actually live a different type of living. The persons, wherever we are visiting, they may have the different types of living. 1 minute, somebody is ringing the bell. I'll come back. Sorry.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shandmuga Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mataji, you have to recite next perfect, next sloka perfect, okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Sorry. Yeah. So when we are actually visiting, on when we are actually, when we get a chance to actually those go with or visit other places, this should be our mood. First of all, we should actually try to avoid the association of materialistic people. So if we are actually trying to advance in spiritual life, we should try to avoid the association of materialistic people. And when we are actually unavoidable situation, when we are visiting to other houses, we should not stand there, or we should not stay for more than or more time. We should not spend more time in their houses. So through this purport, It doesn't mean that only transcendentalists should follow this. No, those who are actually really seeking spiritual advancement, they also try to follow these instructions. Means we should not associate with materialistic people. In an unavoidable situation, if you are actually visiting their places, means we should not spend more time in that place. And when even in that time, we should actually think about the Lord, and we should try to speak about the Lord's message to them. Okay, so that is important. Let us move on to the next sloka.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Archana Mataji, sloka and translation.
Hare Krishna. Pranam
Yes,
Mataji.
Pranam Mataji. Do you want me to read or you will read it?
Scroll down. I am not able to see the upper first line. Yes, Mataji. Abhimanyu sutam suta Rahurbhagavadotamam Tasya janma mahascharyam Karmani cha grinihina. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is said that Maharaja Parishit is a great first-class devotee of the Lord and that his birth and activities are all wonderful. Please tell us about him. Hare Krishna.
Shanmuga Priya Mataji, please read as purport, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can you please raise the font size?
To increase. Is it okay?
Okay, Mataji, thank you. Hare Krishna. The birth of Maharaja Parikshit is wonderful because in the womb of his mother, he was protected by the personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna, his activities are also wonderful because he chastised Kali, who was attempting to kill a cow. To kill cows means to end the human civilization. He wants to protect the cow from being killed by the great representative of sin. His death is also wonderful because he got a previous notice of his death, which is wonderful for any mortal being, and thus he prepared himself for passing away by sitting down on the bank of the Ganges and hearing the transcendental activities of the Lord. During all the days he heard Bhagavatam. He did not take food or drink, nor did he sleep a moment. So everything about him is wonderful, and his activities are worth hearing attentively. The desire is expressed herein to hear about him in detail. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So actually hearing about the Lord and hearing about the devotees of the Lord, there is no difference between these two. Okay, because both are actually transcendental pastimes. Because the devotees of the Lord, they will also do everything in relation to the Lord. Okay, actually we are glorifying the Lord in Madhurashtagam, Adaram, Madhuram, Vadanam, Madhuram, Vachanam, Madhuram. So whatever he does, everything is actually very cute, very wonderful. Similarly, the devotees of the Lord, whatever actually they are doing in their life, that is a lesson, life lesson for us. So we should actually follow their footsteps. So here Saunaka Rishi expressed his interest to hear about Parikshit Maharaj more and more, because from his birth itself he was blessed by the Lord. When he was in the womb of his mother, that time he was attacked by who? Was attacked
Brahmastra.
Brahmastra Mataji.
Ashwatthama.
Ashwatthama. Yeah, Brahmastra. And he was protected by the Lord even in the womb of his mother. So from that time itself, he has a continuous association. He was always remembering the Lord, and he lead his life according to the Shastras and according to the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he has a great affection towards the Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So his activities are so wonderful because he connected everything with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, and when in the later part of first canto, it is given that he chastised Kali. When Kali actually trying to attack cow, that time actually he, in order to protect the cow, he actually chastised Kali. So these things are actually very wonderful pastimes of Parikshit Maharaj. And when he heard that he got the curse from Shringi, he immediately accepted the curse. So that is the mood of a devotee. He will accept everything and they will consider everything as the blessings of the Lord, as the mercy of the Lord. So he accepted that curse and he is actually prepare himself. How can he actually leave his body? He ready to prepare that. So that is also very wonderful moment. Every living being. So here Prabhupada mentioned that which is wonderful for any mortal being. Thus he prepared himself for passing away by sitting down on the bank of the Ganges and hearing of the transcendental activities of the Lord. So, Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Whoever is taking birth in this material world, they all have to die one day. So, he actually got the opportunity to know his death time. Within 7 days, he is going to leave his body. Immediately, he prepared himself. How can he actually leave his body? What is mentioned in the Shastras? What is the righteous way to actually leave his body? So he actually wants to hear from the authorities. He approached the righteous persons, the authorities, and from them, he actually heard and he followed the way perfectly. So his pastimes, there are lessons to every one of us, those who are actually really wants to follow these spiritual instructions. We have to hear from the devotees and we have to hear about the devotees. Okay. So let us move on to the next verse. 4.10.
Okay. Ajaya. Ajaya, Mataji, please read sloka and translation, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay, please.
Sasamratikasya va hetuhu pandunang manavardhanaha prayopavishtu gangayam anadrutyadhirat sriyam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. He was a great emperor and possessed all the opulences of his acquired kingdom. He was so exalted that he was increasing the prestige of the Pandu dynasty. Why did he give up everything to sit down on the bank of the Ganges and fast until death? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you.
Sudha Mataji, please read purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaja Parikshit was the emperor of the world and all the seas and oceans, and he did not have to take the trouble to acquire such a kingdom by his own effort. He inherited it from his grandfathers Maharaja Yudhishthir and brothers. Besides that, he was doing well in the administration and was worthy of the good names of his forefathers. Consequently, there was nothing undesirable in his opulence and administration. Then why should he give up all these favorable circumstances and sit down on the bank of the Ganges fasting till death? This is astonishing, and therefore all were eager to know the cause. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is another wonderful question. The atmosphere is so favorable, okay? And everybody is supporting him. And he didn't work hard to actually develop a cert. So that is also given by his ancestors. Forefathers, they have already given. So the quota, whatever allocated, he actually did his work. Whatever is allocated, he did his responsibilities perfectly. And he was very young also. So why he actually left everything and he went to the bank of the Ganges? So this actually in the previous verse, we actually came to know that we have to follow their footsteps. So here he possesses everything. The atmosphere also favorable, and nobody said that you should not follow these spiritual things and all. Everybody is actually favorable to his activities, and he was also actually a king, and he has all the power to stay there. But why he actually left all those things and went to the Ganges river, bank of the Ganges? So does it mean that everybody should follow like this? So that question will come. So that's why On behalf of every one of us, Saunaka Rishi is asking this to Suta Goswami. Okay. And fast until death. So immediately the another question will come. So we should actually doing fast, we should actually follow any austerity. If we came to know that by chance, if we actually come to know that, okay, we are going to leave this body in certain timings, so do we have to follow all these things? So these questions will come to everybody. So in order to clear our doubt, here Saunaka Rishi is asking to Suta Goswami. So Bhagavatam has all the answers for our questions. So this is such a wonderful verse, transcendental subject matters. Okay, so from our today's portion, any additional points, comments, or questions? Anything to add?
Parikshit Maharaja was really a blessed soul, Mataji.
Yeah, of course. In what way?
From the before birth itself, he met Supreme Personality of Godhead in the womb of his mother. From that time, he is associated one. Second one, he is belonging to such a good family, very good forefathers, all that. When we read all this, we can understand how good his life was. But that small curse, because of that, he has to lose his life. But he gained a very big thing, that Srimad Bhagavatam. That is
because of
wonderful.
that, we all got Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
he perfected in hearing, no, Mataji. Shravanam and Shukadeva Goswami perfected in Kirtanam.
Yeah. So he got the really fortunate best. Because of that, he got the right person to hear from the right person. That is also important. So within that allocated time, he got the right person and he immediately accepted everything, the austerity. So
Mataji, in chat, there is a question.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Mataji. Who is asking?
In the present day context, how can we justify that a baby was in the womb for 16 years? Question by Ramachandran Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Okay. The long stay, how it happened, huh? Is this a question?
Maybe.
Yeah.
In the present day, in this Yuga, Kali Yuga, I think he's saying, how can a baby will be inside for 16 years?
See, this is not possible for all. Here it is clearly mentioned that Sukadeva Goswami is not a normal child. He was a liberated person from his birth itself. So the liberated person has the capacity to do anything and everything. He is not a normal child. And the parents also are not normal persons. Yeah, everything is possible by the mercy of the Lord. Everything is possible. See, in the same womb, each parent actually wants their child to be very healthy and they're very beautiful, and they want to have all the Aishwaryam when the child is actually taking birth. They want all the facilities. But is it happening to all the parents? Whether all the child actually getting all these facilities when they are taking birth in this material world? Why? The changes are there, no? Person to person, it differs. Even when two children actually, when twice born for a particular parent at the same time, there is no guarantee that both the children will have the same future. Both the children will be healthy. Both the children has to face same karma. There is no guarantee. So, similarly, everything is possible.
Mataji, there is one faith story also, no? From a small seed, big banana tree is growing. So, if you have faith, Lord can do anything like that.
That's what. Story. Nothing is impossible by the mercy of the Lord. And he is not a special person, first of all. How he stayed such a long time in the womb of the mother? Because he is not a normal person at all. Sukadeva Goswami is liberated person. So how the Lord actually protected Parikshit Maharaj? We recently actually gone through, no? Parikshit Maharaj was protected in the womb of his mother. So he got the blessings of the Lord within the womb of his mother. So nothing is impossible by the mercy of the Lord. It's all based on our faith. Yeah, of course. If we believe in Lord, if we have faith on the words of Shastras, then we should actually accept it. The Shastras are accepted as the words of our mother. If the mother says, this is your father, we won't actually question her. We will immediately accept it. So whatever is given in the Shastras are Satyam.
Also, Shukadeva Goswami was the parrot of Radharani, right?
Yeah. That's what. He's not a normal person in simple word.
Yeah.
Mataji, when all the demons can do meditation for thousand years, why can't Shukadev Goswami be in the womb for 16 years?
Okay. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question, but before that, I seek forgiveness if I make any offense at the lotus feet of the Lord. Mataji, in the fifth shloka, it is said that, one should therefore attempt to know the distinction between body and soul and without any attachment for male and female. And as long as such distinction is there, one should not try to become a sannyasi like Shukdev Goswami. So they should not make any distinction between male or female, or should not have any such attachment that this is male or this is female, that a living entity is neither male or female. And I just want to understand then, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as a sannyasi, females couldn't come near to him. They had to, pay obeisances from far. So how do we understand that? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was Lord. So obviously he wouldn't make any distinction between male or female.
But actually he didn't expose himself as a god. He came in the form of a devotee, the Bhakta Rupa. So he came in the form of a devotee and he lead his life that how a sannyasi should behave. So if he is a Lord, if he actually exposed himself as a Lord, then why he took renunciation? He renounced everything. Why he renounced everything? What was the reason actually stated for his renouncement? Why he renounced?
To set an example, how a sannyasi should be, how
The
bhakti.
sannyasi's words are more powerful. The people will immediately accept the words of the sannyasi than the householders. So in order to actually make them purify, in order to actually elevate or progress them, he actually took sannyasa. Okay. So he actually lead his life as a devotee, how the devotee should behave. So when a devotee when he actually advanced and he has taken sannyasa, he should behave in such a way that they should not mingle freely with the ladies. Even though they won't actually discriminate between the body, male and female, but the persons, those who are approaching, they are not that much pure.
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. That answers the question. Hare. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji, lamentation of Arjuna gave us Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and lamentation of Yudhishthira Maharaj gave us Sri Vishnu Sahasranama from Bhishma Pitama, and curse of Parikshit Maharaj gave us the wonderful Amala Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam. Is it not, Mataji?
Thank you. Thank you so much. So whatever we are thinking that this is not good, but if it is given by the Lord, if it is actually happened in the life of the devotee, they will accept everything, the challenges as the blessings of the Lord. And
Yes,
automatically, the benefits will come to the devotee.
Yes, you
So
said it
again,
today,
got a good
Mataji.
name.
Whatever he
Krishnamurti
gives,
Prabhu,
Hare
he has a
Krishna
question.
Mataji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
By reading this Bhagavatam scriptures, Mataji, in Gajendra Moksha, previously he was the Indradyumna Maharaj, then he was Gajendra, and then by offering he was liberated. And then Bharat Maharaj, he was also become deer. And then Chitraketu, he was also cursed by Sati. So everything is like happened like this. What about the think of our fate, Mataji? How we will be get out from this clutches of this, particularly in this age of Kali? Is it possible for us to get out from this clutches?
Yeah. Simply by following the instruction of the Lord. Whatever it comes, we should actually leave the result to the Lord and we should follow the instruction of the Lord. That was the lesson actually given by all these devotees. The pastimes, whatever you mentioned, they are actually very determined to achieve the goal. Whatever the challenges they've actually faced, they actually considered them as the blessings. The deer, even though Bharata Maharaj, even though he got the form of deer, but he got a special boon that he was remembering about his past life throughout in the deer form. So he was very much conscious how he has to actually pass out that deer life. And in the next life, he immediately perfected and he achieved the goal. So the thing is, we should actually have the faith on the words of our acharyas. We should have faith on the Lord. Okay. So if it's by simply following the instruction of the Lord, surely one can perfect themselves. Here, Sukadeva Goswami is the example. Okay. He perfected his life and achieved the goal simply by glorifying the Lord. And Parikshit Maharaj, within 7 days, he attained the perfection by simply following the instruction of Sukadeva Goswami. He heard from him perfectly. So our acharyas are recommended that we should actually do our sadhanas and we have to hear about the Lord perfectly and we should lead our life by connecting ourselves with the Lord. Means dovetail our activities. Yat karoshi, yad dasnasi, yad jugoshi, dadasi. So like that. Simple way, Sankirtana Yajna is more than enough. That is recommended for this Kali Yuga. So we should have a strong faith on that. And our acharyas, many, they experienced, they achieved the higher destination. We can say that a lot of Prabhupadas disabled, when they were actually leaving their body, we can actually we should actually hear how they actually left their body, what was their consciousness, how they faced the death, that we can actually hear. Through that, the faith may actually increase by hearing those pastimes. Okay, and even in the Back to God and magazine, it is given that one devotee's father, he doesn't have that much faith on the Lord, but by the prayers of that devotee, he finally actually met Narsimadev at the end of his life. So he doesn't even know how to pronounce his name, but he expressed that one person actually came in the form of Narshima. So the devotee, those who is actually sitting near to him, he immediately understood that, oh, Narshima Deva has come. So like that, many devotees, they shared this near-death experience. So these words are actually 200% true. So we should have a strong faith on these words. Simply by following the instruction of our spiritual master is very, very important. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Subharav Prabhu, you have question? Subharav Prabhu? Oh, he's not there. Okay. If no more questions, then we can have Damodar Aarti. Yeah.
Okay.
Mataji, where is she? Jigisha Mataji, are you ready to sing?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna everyone.
Thank you so much. There is a lot of sound, Mataji. Can you mute everything around you?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay now?
No.
Yet?
I think there is some music going on.
Just hold on, the mantra is going on. Just hold on.
Yeah, please, if you can, because then you'll be able to. Sorry to Srila Prabhupada.
Is it okay, Mataji?
Okay, I mean, it is there, but it's okay. Now it's okay.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
So those who want to show the lamp, they can. I will show my altar. You can start, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji. नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानं यशोदाभियोलोकलादवमानं परामृष्टम् अत्यन्तो द्रुतय गोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुगं व्रजन्तं कराम्भोजयुग्मेन सान्तकं नेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकम्पत्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठ कृपग्रीवं दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिरनकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमिद्यन्तम् आख्यापयन्तम् तदीये शीतगेषु भक्तिजितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शतावृत्ति वन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षावधिं वा न चन्यं प्रणयहं वरेशदपीह इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपाल बालं तदा मे मनस्य विरसं किमन्ये इदं ते मुखाम्भोजम् अत्यन्तनीले वृतं कुन्तले स्निग्धरक्ते स गोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्ताधरं मे मनस्य विरस्तम् अलङ्लक्ष्यलाभे नमो देव दामोदरानन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालाब्धिमग्न कृपा दृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदीनं बतानु गृहाणेश मामम् अध्यक्षिदृश्यया कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमिते यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजो कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे श्रीदामोदरेह नमस्ते सुदाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण माता जी.
Thank you, Matthew. Very nice. So before we are going to end the session, just I want to add one more point from my side. As Prabhu asked that, what is the guarantee? How do we know about that, whether we will attain the perfection? So there is a nice story. Everybody knows, everybody heard about cobbler and Brahmana. The cobbler achieved because of his strong faith. Okay, so faith is important. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.